Too bad. Hang in there. You know?
Do you know why there's no picture for the live stream? Yeah, I figured it was. There you go, yeah, perfect.
Is this? Oh.
Yeah, so I figured Jim would go here.
Yeah, right now.
Actually, can you look at this for just a second?
Yeah. Right now.
Do you think that cameras are on? Is that why?
Think we're gonna get more snow there, Craig? What do you think?
Who knows this year?
I know. We're gonna put it very hard.
This is the live stream.
Yeah, that's the live stream. Right, no, the other one's okay, there, I can do that.
Just start coughing. What?
Going down.
Usually you can see the whole.
Oh,
Spend too
I'll
much
litter.
time in your hockey rink, that's the
I'll
problem.
litter.
You gotta take a trip to Florida.
My wife and kids are going next month.
Really? See, there you go.
This month.
You got the thing already?
Last one I heard.
Mr. Chairman, pleasure to meet you. Huh? No, in hell. In hell. No, Craig's, not me.
We'll do it to Bill.
Ferris speaks well anyway.
Just doing some.
Okay.
Gotta get some snow here. Kids are bumming because the snow's gone. They want snow.
I will say that this week
Yeah.
is gonna be might be the nail in the coffin.
I know. Titus are making snow, I know that. The kids love that place.
Which place is that?
Titus, they love it. The only thing that they is a little too steep, a little too crazy, you know? So.
Minor technical trouble, but we're okay.
Okay. You all set then?
Yeah.
Okay. Call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda is approval of the board minutes, November 28th, 2016, and January 23rd, 2017.
Make a motion to approve?
Can we do it with?
Can we do that?
Or, some people weren't here.
Well, I think it's administrative measures, so I think you might as well just go ahead and approve the minutes, even though technically you don't have a quorum, but, you
Okay.
you know, you can probably approve it anyways, we'll enter them into the record.
To the record.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Second item on the agenda, Planning Board 57 Court Street, long form seeker historic site review. Applicant is Winslow Ledoux.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I come before you tonight to seek your approval and question whether you're able to make an action in the absence of a quorum.
The board has a quorum, it's just that a new member was not present for the meeting,
Yeah.
for which the minutes were just
Oh, good,
approved,
good, good.
and that was the question at hand.
Yeah.
But no, there's a quorum of four,
Oh, good.
out of
Oh,
a
good.
7-member board, so you're fine.
That's
So we're
pleased
good.
to hear that.
Yeah.
As my application shows, I'm the owner of 57 Court Street, where a building built in somewhere between 1830 and 1850 had an addition put on it sometime between then and when, probably the 1950s. That addition is shown in the application as the east side of the building. And if you look carefully, you'll see there are 3 windows in a row. And on the inside, there are 4 rooms. So there's 3 windows and 4 rooms. And the reason the 4th room didn't have a window is because Dr. Ledoux had his x-ray machine in that room. Now, the building is not used by a doctor's office, and there's an interest in using that room and putting a window in it. So to make the new addition, so to speak, look the best possible, I'm suggesting we make it look from the outside as close as possible as the other 3 windows. And to that end, I've gone to Curtis Lumber and with their dimensions and pictures and said, please order me a window exactly like this one. And they have specified one that's included in your packet as well. And there was an addendum that I dropped off at the engineer's office, I trust got included in your packet, which shows the glass side as being virtually the same as the existing windows as the new ones, without a half difference in one.
4 on the bottom will match the 4 on the top, more or less, vertically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ballpark. Ballpark. But the intent was to match the size of
Is that a white window, or is that beige?
it.
Picture, like, not.
Oh, the picture was, that's what they had on display.
Oh, I got it,
So
got it.
that's the
All right.
closest, in order to bring you a picture.
Got it, enough said. White and white, that's it.
Right, it's all gonna be,
That's what I figured, I thought
Yeah.
it was a bad picture or something else.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you plan on boxing out the window similar?
Yeah, we're gonna put the whole trim around it so it looks, from a
Matches.
distance, it looks the same.
Okay.
Yep,
So we'll carry the trim on the top, the trim on the bottom, we'll put it on the vertical white piece. Much like the picture on your right hand, right by your right hand shows.
Yep.
Despite my lack of elegance in planning and draftsmanship.
Any other further questions for the applicant?
That is a vinyl window, right?
The existing ones are vinyl, so we're gonna match it.
Thank you. Okay, we do have a long-form seeker that's been proposed.
I would make a negative declaration on the seeker.
I'll second that.
Second. Okay, any further questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you very much.
Okay, and then,
Well, we gotta.
yeah, we have one more
Approve
action
the
for this.
seeker first, then we do the project, you're the close.
I beg your pardon? Excuse me.
We do the seeker first,
Oh,
and then we do the project.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Less, more familiar with the process.
No problem.
From there, Jim, I will make a motion for the request to install a general use window, the existing former X-ray room, to match the windows on the lower part, to make 4 identical looking windows, and approve that for them to do.
Well spoken, I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Out of there.
Carried.
There you go.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Third item on the agenda, 202 to 206 US Oval, long-form seeker and preliminary subdivision review. Applicant is Neil Facet, and plan developer is AES Northeast.
Excuse me, just to make sure everybody understands what's going on. Number 202 US Oval is the small office building that's down the street. Congresswoman, new congressman, the legislator, state legislator's office, formerly Janet Jones, occupies. And 206 is the next building, even though 203, 204, 205 are non-existent. The next 911 address is 206, and that's the large building 100, former headquarters building that is known as. That's the building we split off from the Maple Fields project last fall. So what we would like to do is create an individual lot for each one of the buildings. So this was formerly lot 16, part of the park subdivision back in the early 2000s. There we go, got some graphics now. So we split lot 16 into 16A, that's for the small building. That's about 1/3 of an acre. And then 16B is the larger lot for the headquarters building, and that's 1.2 acres. We try to be mindful of existing paved conditions and so forth. There's an existing driveway you see coming off US Avenue. Goes through the number 16A that you see there in the circle. There's an existing driveway there that serves the back of the small office building. So to keep that driveway and frontage with that lot, we constructed what we show as a new lot line there that goes back off US Avenue and then turns and runs perpendicular. Runs off US Oval in a southerly direction and then turns and runs perpendicular to the US Avenue. Now, to comply with zoning and to make the least amount of variance that we would have to get in order to make this happen, we have it down to where we would need one variance, and that's on lot 16B, and that's for the building coverage on 16B. The maximum building coverage is over by about 5%. So we are going to go to the zoning board next month and ask for a variance on that lot coverage. And then hopefully come back to you for final subdivision approval at an upcoming planning board meeting. But as you may know, this area is in the US Oval Historic District, which automatically makes it a seeker type 1 action, and therefore a coordinated review has to be done to comply with the seeker regulations. So in addition to a sketch plan review, tonight we're asking for the planning board to designate itself as lead agency for the coordinated review. And then that way, SHPO and the zoning board of appeals, as other potentially involved parties, will be able to defer to the planning board's seeker finding when we come back next month or the following month to ask for your determination of significance on the seeker. Actually, it'll be next month we'll ask for your determination of significance. So at tonight's meeting, we'd just like to get the sketch plan review introduced, and also ask that the planning board appoint itself as lead agency for the purposes of seeker, so that then the zoning board and SHPO can then defer to the planning board's determination of significance for seeker. So the way I have this mapped out is tonight we would ask for the initial sketch plan review and designation as seeker lead agency. And then at the March 20th zoning board of appeals meeting, the ZBA will consent to the planning board acting as lead agency. And we would give an initial presentation to the zoning board. Obviously, they can't act on it because you won't have completed seeker by that time. But we will go to the zoning board, present the project to them, ask them to consent to the planning board as acting as lead agency. And then we can come back next month, March 27th, and ask you to complete your seeker determination. Presumably, it would be a negative declaration. Okay, so then, in April, on the April 17th zoning board meeting, we will go in and actually ask for the variance request because the seeker determination will have been completed, and therefore the zoning board will be able to proceed with its action on the variance. And if we get the variance on April 17th, then we'll be back to you the following week at April 24th meeting for the final subdivision. So this is the first of our 3 trips before the process. Any questions?
Scott, have you submitted to SHPO directly?
I have.
You have.
I've already initiated the lead agency consent. And as soon as you gave me this last week, I guess it was. And so hopefully that little jump start will be enough for,
30-day clock.
yeah, and so everything can proceed according to the schedule that you just described.
Is there any formal response we get back from SHPO other than lead agency concurrence, or is there like
well,
another?
Yeah, that's a good question, because it really is a two-step thing. First is a consent to act as lead agency, and second is a comment and review period. But the way I wrote the letter, I combined it into one. I said, please consent, and also, here are documents for your review. Please provide any comments that you may have. So now they have 30 days. I expect that they will respond within 30 days with any comments.
Okay. I just make sure, Scott, and definitely keep in touch with the engineering department to make sure SHPO doesn't come back with any items that could delay your process.
Yeah, I mean, we aren't planning any new buildings or building renovations at this time. We just want to get the scenario set up where we have two separate marketable titles, one for 16A and one for 16B. Now, get the subdivision approved, that's not to say that some subsequent purchaser of one of these lots won't be back before you for a site plan review once they determine what their plans will be for either.
And at that time, they would be submitting, correct?
Right.
So they would have to
Buyer.
comply with the parking and the green space and everything else.
I assume, Scott, in placement of the property line, you've looked at your best case scenarios in terms of variances and
Yeah,
that.
yeah, no matter how we could do it, we had to have, one or more variances, so, we, chose this layout because we believe it's the least amount of variance that we would have to ask the zoning board
Okay. Any other questions? So I guess at this point, is there approval of the sketch, or are we just?
No, you don't have to do any official vote. In
Okay.
fact, you can't until the seeker's completed. So just if there's any comments or discussion people want to have, other than that,
I'm okay with it.
Okay, and we've already put out notice for lead agency request, so,
correct.
okay.
Sorry, that's a busy drawing there, a lot of lines on it.
Freaking lines on that drawing.
Looks better when you're looking at it on the desk.
Yeah, I
can
may
blame
need
me
a
for
full-size set when you give me it next time. The table's a little tough to read.
Yeah, here's-
Oh, yeah, sure, if you don't mind.
I guess, thank you then.
Okay, we'll
We're
see
good.
you next month for final draft after your secret determination, and then back the following month, provided our zoning board doesn't go well.
Do
Okay.
you want to do a vote for that consent? Just
We can,
Yeah,
a motion to
I'll
consent.
make a motion to act, or
express intent to act.
intend to act as lead agency.
I'll second it.
Second.
Mhm.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried?
Dave?
Okay,
Thank you.
on to the record. Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Okay. Item number 4, I'd like to just put on the record that I have to recuse myself from that application.
Okay, okay. So we have, just so everyone in the audience knows, we don't have a quorum, and for the record, Jody, with Jim having to recuse himself as the applicant on this project, we don't have a quorum, so no action can be taken. But we also have identified that a coordinated seeker review will be required. So the only action tonight would be similar to the last one, is to express intent to act as lead agency. So you can express that intent even without a quorum, and then we can initiate that process ministerially. And then, so that'll be the only action tonight, and other than just whatever discussion you guys may decide to have. So,
So you the presenter?
I was gonna say, I'll let the board know I have Kevin Defy here, Executive Director of Lake Forest, to represent the owner, and AEDA as architect engineer for the project. This project essentially is a maintenance garage facility to serve the site. It's the proposed structure, it's a little bit darker shaded. It's 40 foot by 45 foot in size, and will match existing architecture of the other surrounding building.
I guess the only question I would have is it going to be finished the same way as the present building? All the same materials, same?
To match the other ones?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
That's the
Yeah.
proposal.
Variance you need is for the setbacks?
Two
issue?
structures. More than one.
Oh, two structures?
I was gonna say, this is accessory, so I believe the setbacks are an issue under the zoning, it's a multiple structure.
Multiple structures. Okay.
multiple accessory, yeah, more than, you're allowed 2 accessory structures and only 1 can be a garage, and this would be your 3rd accessory structure, and 2nd, that's a garage, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Okay.
Sound right?
There are already 2 sets of garages that exist.
So this would be a third.
This is a
Third.
third. This would be a
Okay,
third.
so, all
I
right,
think
so,
you stated that correctly.
okay.
Okay, thanks.
That'd be my dream to have a third
You'd be
Your wife would never see you again.
So, any questions, Christie? or-
Drawings are good.
Do you guys still get, I think at one point in time, if I remember right, I think Margo was telling me about some cut-through behavior you had in the back. Is that still a nuisance problem for
Little
you?
problem at times, yeah.
Yeah, have you, any thoughts about trying to address it with this project, or does
Yeah,
that?
we'll address it.
Oh, it will,
Bill,
that'll,
The
this,
garage
this,
itself will have that out, yeah. They'll block that space.
they'll find another way to go, but this will take out the existing.
It's true. That-
Until a
Because
fence
we put
goes up.
bollards up there and that didn't keep them from going out there. It still went around the bollard.
We always do a fence if we needed to. It's not a real serious problem.
yeah, this is a nuisance.
Right.
There's gonna be a bathroom in it, so you're gonna have water and sewer connections to this. Yes. Okay, I see that in the architectural. Okay. Yep. Water's right there.
I wish we had both
Yeah.
directly adjacent. We'll have to coordinate with public works
Yeah.
to make sure the proper services in place.
Okay,
I got nothing.
I guess we just do the same.
Yes.
Make a motion that we intend to seek lead agency.
For the project, I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Can we actually do that without a quorum?
Well, you know, it's
Technically, you
shy,
can't.
I think that you can establish that
We have the
intent
interest.
administratively without a formal resolution, and we've even done it with a straw poll before. So we'll proceed as if that's gonna be an acceptable method.
Yeah.
And I'll initiate the agency tomorrow.
Thank you.
You were just collecting 2 salaries right there.
Yeah, seriously.
Did that pretty well there, Mr. Chairman.
You notice he didn't bring the gavel with him.
Yeah, I know.
Left that for you.
I know, yeah.
Okay, item number 5, 304 New York Road, long-form seeker, historic site review. Applicant is Residential Resources.
Evening. I'm basically here to represent Residential Resources. We rent out to them. I thought I was going the right procedure by getting the application signed, so I picked up the wrong one instead of the one for the historic district. So in a way, I'm here to kind of ask for forgiveness for the fact that I already have the sign installed.
Nice sign.
The sign, as you can see in the pictures, there's two buildings. One is Mountain Valley Integrated. They used to occupy both buildings. Their sign, like Residential Resources, is installed the same way with the two 4x4 posts and the simple plate sign. So, to kind of make a long story short, Heather from Residential Resources was the one that was initially trying to get the sign application process. She contacted me and said, hey, I'm sorry, I don't have time to do it, can you help me out? I made the phone calls, spoke to James at the time. Any which way, it was a long application. Joe McMahon drove by like a month or so after and said, hey Hunter, I see the signs up, just so you know it's in the historic district, you filled the wrong application. That's when, at that point, I said, okay, understood, so I filled it out, had a couple questions for Kevin, and I kind of filled in an email of basically what I'm saying now. So I'm hoping you all will be okay with that.
For the record, could you state your name?
Hunter Conroy.
Okay, so this is the Converse.
There was not a sign, that's not a replacement sign.
No, Mountain Valley sign is always in that location on the right-hand side of the building. Like I mentioned before, they used to occupy both buildings.
And neither sign are lit at all?
No, no signs are lit. I don't recall when Mountain Valley put their sign, it was before my time of being involved in Conroy at that point.
It was 2009 or 2010.
The addition went on, I did the addition on the left-hand side, I don't recall the main building in the north end. I'm not sure when that was built, to be honest.
Well, that was the pole barn, and they
Correct.
enclosed the pole barn.
Yep.
But the sign went up because they occupied that building after the construction. I think it was in 2010 or 11. 9, 10, 11. So it's been a while.
It's been some time, yeah. I also, while I'm here, they've been having some issues with their parking. Obviously, this is the front facing the building. There seems to always be cases where some of the Residential Resources clients will come in and park on Mountain Valley side, so you get a little bit of this back and forth kind of, it's very minor, but they're asking if I could put a sign up in the front, kind of arrows basically saying this side's Residential Resources, that side's Mountain Valley. I haven't made any progress on that, I just figured I'd ask you while I'm here. I would think a temporary sign would probably be efficient for them until people can understand what's going on.
Have you thought about a curbing in between the two?
That'd
some type
make it a
of-
nightmare for plowing, to be
Yeah.
honest. I know it's kind of hard to tell, there's a little sidewalk in front of both those buildings that connect the two.
You're saying the tenants from the buildings park in
Not
front
the
of,
tenants, it's when Residential Resources clients come.
well, the clients, yeah.
Yeah, they tend to park on Mountain Valley side, and for some reason, they're very particular about their parking. They're a 24-hour operation,
Yeah.
so I guess apparently it does affect them.
Don't they, if there's a space open closer to the door, don't they, you would think,
I would think that, yeah. I just, it's kind of frustrating because I'm constantly getting calls from both tenants being like, you know, so-and-so parked over here, I'm kind of playing the mediator. which seems very childish, but that's kind of what I had to deal with, to be honest.
Welcome to landlords.
And is that parking across the street from there also?
No, all this is basically those, I think there's about 9 spaces in the front, and then there's 19 spaces on the south side of residential resources. And there's basically the same, if not more, for Mountain Valley Integrated, and then there's also on the west end of that building, there's more parking as well.
It's just that these
So
are
they just don't wanna
closer.
walk.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
on mine.
Mhm.
So your proposal is, or what you're asking is to put another sign up, possibly designating this is parking on one side and this is
Yeah,
parking for
basically
another.
just- Yeah.
Is there any way we can throw that on the application at the same time?
Well, I don't,
I mean,
it
wasn't
sounds
part
like
of
kind of a,
it, you know?
Sounds like a joke. Yes.
I almost think of that.
I, whatever the word was you just used, childish, I think you said. Yeah, and I don't know how, I think signing that might be proven to be
Beneficial.
maybe just a little bit tricky, without getting into, parking for this only kind of a thing. I don't know if you wanna go that far as to say, I mean, now, do you get into a towing situation or what? And
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, if you're suggesting that you just said something about maybe trying to work it out when they settle in, they'll get better
That's
acquainted
what I'm
with it.
hoping for, yeah.
And then defer that to see if it can maybe be resolved another way.
That'd be great. I mean, yeah, they
Yeah.
could resolve that, it's not gonna be a lot easier for all of us.
Yeah.
Even inside the building, if they had a sign when the clients go in.
Yeah, please.
Don't
Maybe
park
not.
over here, don't park.
Yeah, once they're in the building, they don't care.
Yeah, good point.
But for future, they're not
Well, if
going, you know,
they're regular
right.
clients, they may come back and you can maybe they're teachable.
Possibly.
I was gonna say, I think if we were gonna approve any signage, my opinion would be that we would at least see what the signage is gonna be.
So
Yeah,
if,
No.
so if he did need a sign in the future, he'd have to come back to you.
I think for
Something
a
small,
small
like
parking sign like
directional?
that, perhaps not.
Perhaps not, that's the answer you're looking for, yeah.
I'm not certain, but I think perhaps not.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I would think that would be a guidance from the code officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With their application to them, they tell you, we think this needs to go back for
If it doesn't work
review.
out, yeah.
Let me ask you, is there any reason that it's not signage on the building?
Yeah, we do not typically like, that's a cement board product that cracks very easily.
Okay,
So we, in this, also the fact
Excuse
that
me.
sometimes tenants move out and move back in, we get a lot of constantly taking on off.
Hmm.
I just noticed the signage orientation seems to change from one,
Right, it's a
you know,
little more angled, you mean?
I was gonna say, one's semi close up against the building, and other one's, angled off
Yes,
the
that's
building.
uniform, right?
One's rectangle, one's
Yeah.
oval.
Right, well, they're two separate companies as well. That was their existing sign, they used to have when they were renting from Neil Facet, they wanted to use. And to be honest with you, I wasn't too particular about that. I more or less was concerned that they'd be seen once it was pulling in with the clients.
I have nothing else.
Well.
Seeker,
Have any other further comments?
no.
No? Okay, I guess in this case, we do have a long form seeker. Do I have a motion on that?
I will make a motion of negative declaration.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Basically making a motion to approve said sign that we have up there right
It's
now.
already there.
It's already there, bada bing, yep.
Do I-
Make a motion on, you
I'll
second?
second it.
Yep.
Any further discussion? I have just one comment in the future, that maybe in future signage, maybe it can be somehow symmetrical or somehow standardized a little bit. But in this case, so I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
The geometry was kicking your ass. Jim never met a straight line he didn't like. Never met a right angle he didn't like.
Okay.
Business.
I guess anything new?
Did Bukowski ever come back to you for anything?
Yeah, update on Zukowski. So, I just wanna, we should close the meeting first or not, it doesn't matter, I guess I could say it for the record. The update on Zukowski is this, I sent, I contacted, Eric Sandblum, their engineer. And as you guys know, I don't know if you guys were all at the last meeting when I wasn't. So you guys voted that do the archaeological study first. So they're doing that first. They don't have any objection to doing that. They are well on their way, planning it. And they've hired Hartkin Associates, who's a specialist in the field. And they are waiting for, last I checked, it was almost 2 weeks ago, they were waiting for a break in the weather. We've had a pretty good break in the weather. They are working on it and they will report back when they have the archaeological
I
stuff.
noticed a few more stakes over there this week.
That's probably them then.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
No, in this case, after we had looked at the ordinance a couple times, Kevin, I
Yep.
guess we have at least Christie, who might be one person was absent at the first meeting they presented, and
Right.
we'd have a review of meeting minutes in order to, like, next meeting, if there's a vote.
Yeah, there is a rule that when a meeting, if you read the rule, it says if there is a meeting that takes place over 2 or more meeting sessions, and a person missed 1 or more of those previous meetings, they are still free to vote, provided that they review the meeting minutes or meeting record, which, by the way, they're all online now too, so you could always watch them. It's a little less painful than reading or listening to, just the audio with no video. And then I think if, remember the wording right, it says you're supposed to, on the record, I think you're supposed to attest to say, like, before I cast my vote, I just want to state that, I wasn't at the such and such meeting, but I did read the minutes.
So I'll do that next meeting.
That's all. You just say I familiarize myself by reading the minutes.
I'm
Yeah, it's pretty
familiar-
cut and dry too.
Pretty familiar with the project anyway, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But
Okay.
it's a good point
That's
that you raised, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman,
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good deal.
First meeting, Mr. Chairman, did good.
It's not over to get back again.
One
I got a
down.
bank shit there.
I don't like this mystery.
Done good, Jim.
You did okay, huh?
You done your dad proud.
Are you-